What is the power 9 of sorceries in Magic the Gathering? I have no idea, but we're gonna find that out today. It's gonna be an interesting show because there's like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 incredibly powerful sorcery cards in Magic. But then what are gonna fill up, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9? So I'll start it off with, one of the more obvious ones. We got Time Walk. 1 blue, 1 generic. Take an extra turn after this one. Sort of an underwhelming card. You know what? I've been actually looking at vintage Magic, and it's like the Blue Explorer. It's seriously just Blue Explorer. But if you have enough stuff on the battlefield, that's when it's devastating. So early on in the game, it's ramp, and later on in the game, it's just a pure extra turn for absolutely nothing. And of course, it's cheap. It's a blue 1 generic. I mean, that's the cheapest Time Walk as you possibly could get. All right, then. So I propose Time Walk as a candidate. And of course, the first half of this show, we get candidates to be voted on by the community. That's right, we get them voted on by chat. And then we're going to vote to see what are the top 9. So now, good morning, everyone. We got King Ginger with Expropriate. Expropriate. Wasn't that a 7-mana card? Is this so devastating? So many people tell me that this is awful. Okay, we got a blue 7 generic sorcery. Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. Where's my money sound effect? For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. Yeah, that's pretty broken. But for each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the voter and gain control of it. Exile, expropriate. So this, in theory, could be 3 Time Walks. Potentially. Or you give me or I get their best thing. Their best thingamabob on the battlefield. Alright, we're gonna put expropriate on. Well, a lot of people hate this card. Expropriate. Did I spell that right? I hope I spelled that right. Is balance a sorcery? It is! Balance is a sorcery. Balanced, as all things should be. A white 1 generic, each player chooses a number of lands he or she controls equal to the number of lands controlled by the player who controls the fewest. Then sacks the rest. You discard cards, sack creatures the same way. It's the 2-mana board wipe. The whole idea is you don't have anything in play. You got nothing, not a zip. You could just put out a bunch of artifacts, balance, blow up everyone's lands and creatures. So goodbye. Bye-bye, everything. Yeah, balance is mega banned for a reason. Absolutely broken. All right, so we're gonna put balance on this list. It's all is it like legal anywhere? Legacy it's only restricted in vintage, banned basically on it. Even in Oathbreaker. Whoops. Imagine this card being legal in Oathbreaker. I would like to choose balance as my signature spell. I'd like to keep casting it over and over again. Alright, we got Lord Magicus with Demonic Tutor. Back when they made tutors right. Black 1 generic, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. It's one of the OG tutors, right? I think, no. I think this is one of the OG tutors. Back from Alpha and Beta. They don't make tutors like they used to. I mean, this is like this is the first. Then they made tutors that put cards on top of your library. They were still broken in half. You know what? I'm wrong. I think there's going to be a lot of competition on here. Another card, legal in almost nothing. Oh, you can play this in Oathbreaker. Check this out. Legal in Oathbreaker. Make Demonic Tutor your signature spell. Go wild. Anyone playing Oathbreaker? They made like a big deal out of it, and I was like, I don't hear anything of it anymore. Alpha Nerd with the super chat. Mine's Desire. The Storm Kill. Blue, 4 generic. Shuffle your library, then exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost, and it has Storm. So the whole idea of this card is you like spew out a bunch of artifacts. Artifact. Get enough mana. Mine's Desire. Effectively, probably play the next 7 or 8 cards off the top of your deck. Maybe you can recast the Mine's Desire, get through your deck, and then Storm kill your opponent. Does not literally kill by itself, but I mean, because you cast and has Storm, they can't counter all the copies, so effectively, you're probably going to win. So we'll go put Mind's Desire on here. Remember, we're gonna vote them. We're gonna vote on all these in the end. It's a holiday in America for anyone not named Lord Magicus who has to deal with IT BS today. Or if you're from Canada. Like me. It's not a holiday over here. Alright, next. Hayden with Yawgmoth's Will. Yeah, there should be more people here for Coffee and MTG because it's a holiday. Where's your excuses, people? Okay, we got a black 2 generic sorcery until end of turn. You may play cards from your graveyard. Oh god. And then if a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that card instead. I honestly don't have a lot of experience against this card because it's just banned everywhere. All I know is Underworld Breach is like the new Yawgmoth's Will. Until you can play cards from your graveyard. If a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that. This looks more fair than Underworld Breach in a lot of ways. I have no idea. Like, it goes bye-bye. It's like an ultimate... It's not Snapcaster Mage. It's that other card. That, like... It's a blue instant. You just get flashback. It's like a crappy Yawgmoth's Will, I guess. It's busted. I'm gonna have to trust you all on that. Will is a power 9 card for sure. They were making it today. All right, hold on. So what's the card? Yawgmoth's Will. This is gonna get competitive, people. It's gonna get competitive. You cast rituals and draw spells with it. Oh, just like a regular Storm deck. Storm already does that. Scott the Dark Knight, Temporal Mastery. No way! I know what this is. This is not... I don't know. Are there decks breaking this card? It's a blue 5 generic. Take an extra turn after this one. But it's got Miracle, so you can play like Time Walk. So if it's the first card that you've... If it's the first card you've drawn for this turn, it's a Miracle. You can cast the card for its Miracle cost. And yeah, you get an extra turn after this one. So it could happen on your opponent's turn. I mean, you could brainstorm into this, I guess. It's possible. Temporal Mastery. If you super chat, I'll put stupid cards on the list. But if you don't, sorry, if it's not a super chat, I might, like, I'm not gonna put World Fire. That's not gonna happen. Thoughtseize is an interesting contender. This is like a staple card in basically any deck that plays black. Not only can you disrupt your opponent's curve, you disrupt combo decks, and then if nothing else, you have full information about your opponent's hand, so you can play perfectly. I actually think Thoughtseize is a grossly underrated card. I find hand disruption, or even just looking at your opponent's hand, is a very grossly underrated effect. But your target player reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, and that player discards that card, you choose 2 life. It's not like Duress. You can only hit non-land, non-creature. You get to hit the creatures. So you hit the first, you hit their, you hit their 1 drop. You hit their 2 drop if they have a lot of 3 drops. I mean, just hitting something on curve makes it like target player loses their turn, because they can't even do anything on it. Yeah, it screws over opponents very easily. Anyway, very powerful card, Thoughtseize. I don't know if it's gonna... I think it's it's like one of the best cards that may not be considered super powerful. I'd like to see this card on the top 9, but who knows what's gonna happen. Gitaxian Probe. And then we have one that is... It's Thoughtseize without taking anything. And it's free. But it's the same... Oh, you draw a card. I forgot about that part. Okay, for a Phyrexian Blue, you can just look at their hand, take nothing, and you draw a card, so it replaces itself. So this is is it banned in every format? I'm pretty sure it's banned in every format. Oh, it's legal in Commander. I guess what Commander plays, you get to enjoy this card. For now. I guess it's not too bad if you only look at like 1/3 of the players at the table. We'll put Gitaxian Probe on here. Maybe I should also explain why this card is so powerful. Effectively, without spending any mana, you can like see exactly what your opponent has and know exactly what to play around. If you're a combo deck, that's very, very important, because if they have the right interaction, you're going to want to put on the brakes and wait to be able to play around that interaction. If they don't have any interaction, you just go for it. So it takes away the ability of bluffing, and the fact that you can pay just 2 life and do nothing helps you dig deeper to more stuff that you want from your deck, while also, yeah, just having that information. It's interesting, like, Peak sees no play. Peak is the same thing, but you have to pay a blue, and it's instant speed, and 1 mana is just too much. But 0 mana, that's where it's at. We got fire here, firing up the day here. Oh, I love your avatar. You got a nice hammer brother over there. Channel, hope you're doing well today. I'm doing great. I've learned how to make, like, mochas and stuff out of protein powder. Nikachu on a protein powder binge. Gonna learn how to make smoothies and my own, like, mocha frappuccinos. Delicious. Channel, green. Until end of turn, anytime you could activate a mana ability, you may pay 1 life. If you do, add colorless to your mana pool. Anytime you could activate a mana ability? What the hell does that mean? I thought you just get the mana. Anytime. Oh, I see. Anytime you could add mana, you can pay life and you get a bunch of colorless mana. By today's standards, you can ramp out, you know, Blightsteel, Colossuses, Ugins, Emrakuls. Tron would love this. They'd splash extra green for a channel. Imagine this card in Modern, what it would do. Pretty disgusting card. I guess it's like the ultimate ramp card, I suppose. This goes above and beyond everything else. All right, we go channel. And then we got, hold on, where is this? I saw somebody say, Tinker is broken as hell. That's correct. So Tinker is the blue channel, as far as I'm concerned. So it's the same thing. Instead of paying life for mana, you just don't have to pay any mana at all, because you just can sacrifice. So for a blue 2 generic, at the time you play Tinker, sack an artifact. Well, whoop-de-doo. Search your library for an artifact card, put that artifact on into play, shelf your library afterwards. It's like Channel in that you cheat on mana because you don't have to pay it. In Channel, you exchange life for mana. With Tinker, you just exchange a doorstop for, I don't know, a platinum statue. So you turn like a 1 mana artifact into a 10 mana artifact if you really want to. Or a Bolas's Citadel. Can be whatever you want. Yeah, you search, and it tutors into play, which is disgusting. So you don't even need to have the card in your hand. Completely broken. Tinker is Tinker for a reason. Is this legal in oh, it's banned. Come on! I thought we can play anything in Commander. What, I can't play Tinker? What's wrong with that? Someone tell me what's wrong with Tinker, damn it. Yeah, Emrakul Hardcast, that's right, with Channel. It can happen. Alright, we got Tinker on this list, we got Tinker on this list. Moving on! Palpatine wants us to move on. We got Scott! With Unburial Rights. Unburial Rights. Confused me. Okay, black 4 generic. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with flashback. A white and 3 generic. Huge combo potential with Gifts Ungiven. Because what you do is you Gifts Ungiven, Unburial Rights, and only the creature card you want to reanimate. And then you got the 2-card combo here. Has been 2-card combo for a very, very long time. Usually is stronger in not a Legacy or Modern. It has seen Modern play, but now it's just sort of getting wiped off the board. But you super chatted, so we'll put it on here. Unburial Rights. This guy is like, let me out. Let me out of here. Yeah, we're gonna do it eventually. Abe! Toxic Deluge. Arguably one of the best sweepers in the game. Black 2 generic. As an additional cost to cast this spell, pay X life. All creatures get -X/-X until end of turn. This gets around creatures that have Shroud, Hexproof, Indestructible. Does it get around Persist? I don't remember. It does blow up a lot more creatures than like a normal Supreme Verdict or Wrath of God would do. Gets around regenerate. You know, regenerate this. The toxic deluge. It's acid rain! It's rain and acid. The deluge. Toxic deluge. Hold on. Alberto! First time in alive. Did we do gleeful demolition? No. Destroy target artifact. If you control an artifact, create 3/1/1 green Phyrexian creature tokens. Oh no! Not the Phyrexian creature tokens. Not putting on the list. Force of Will, that's an instant. People, we need more powerful cards. More powerful. Oliver! If you super chat, I will put, like, really underwhelming cards on the list. It's banned everywhere, but it's the most OP card ever printed, period. Contract from below. Okay. Alright, I didn't say we can't have anti-cards on this list. Okay, we got Black Sorcery. Discard your current hand and draw 8 new cards, adding the first draw into your ante. Remove this card from your deck before playing if you are not playing for ante. 1 mana! Wheel of Fortune. Not Wheel of Fortune, sorry. Oh, yeah, it's a one-sided 1 mana Wheel of Fortune. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Man, if only we could order these by power. This is probably the most... Oops. This is probably the most broken card. One of the most broken cards in the game. Playing Magic in 1994 must have been a hell of a time. What a weird time to play the game. Did they? I think by 1994 they made the 4-card rule. Like, you can't have more than 4 of a particular card. But imagine playing with, like, I don't know, 10 of these in the deck. Like, how do you lose? It's just impossible. I mean, you just want to win the game on the spot, that's for sure. Clearly, flow of ideas is the best. It was clearly flow of ideas. Is that the card? Could draw a card for each island you control. I don't think so. It's not making the list. It's not making the list. Lasagna's here as well. Welcome, Lasagna. It would appear some people don't know what an instant and sorcery are. I mean, like, people are saying, are just putting a bunch of all counter spells are instants, you guys. All of them. Andre with Time Twister. An actual wheel. Okay, we got blue 2 generic. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards. These types of cards still see... I mean, like, this is banned in Legacy. Which is weird, because Wheel of Fortune is also banned in Legacy. Who hits me? Oh, I'm getting hit with, those fair wheels. The one that ends the turn. Days Undoing. Yeah, I've gotten Hull Breacher Days Undoing so many times now. It's so frustrating. I hate that interaction. No wonder they banned Hull Breacher in Commander. Good on Commander. Yeah, Time Twister is broken. Not capitalized. Are there any Wraths on this list? Not yet. Yeah, the Toxic Deluge made the list. Okay, we got Rob. Ponder and Preordain should be on this list. Preordain, absolutely not. Ponder, however, is a completely different league. This is definitely worth looking at. A blue sorcery, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle and then draw a card. So you go 3 cards deep, which is very, very important. And because of fetch lands, it's like leaving the extra 2 cards on top, not a big deal. You just crack your fetch land and lose them. They can scram, get lost. And, you know, this card is so strong, it's actually restricted in Vintage. That's how strong the cantrips like this are. It's effectively Brainstorm at home, and Brainstorm at home is Ancestral Recall at home, and Ancestral... I mean, it's only 2 degrees away from Ancestral Recall. That's how strong Ponder is, alright? It's in the same family. The family stays together. We're going to put Ponder on here. Palpatine gonna have a hell of a time today. We got, Imperial Seal. Yeah, why people ain't naming, like, more tutors like this? Black Sorcery, switch your library for a card, then shuffle your library, put it on top, you lose 2 life. Really don't have much to say, it's a tutor. And I love the, you know what? I like the old art. I love the new art. This is one of those types of cards, like, I'm 50-50. I don't know which one I want more. Like, I like that one. But I sort of like this one, too. I like it when the arts are clearly one's crap, one's great. This one's a tough one for me. Fortunately, I don't play Imperial Seal, so I don't have to go through the agony of choosing one or the other. And we got Ethan. Thank you so much for your super chat. The Fall of Krug. Okay, how do I pump up this card? Okay, we got a red 4 generic sorcery. Choose target opponent. Destroy target land that player controls. Oh my goodness. Destroy target land that... Okay, and then Fall of Krug deals 3 damage to that player and 1 damage to each creature they control. How are they going to come back from that? It's impossible. The Krug falling... I hope I sold everyone. The Fall of Krug. This is going to be a funny one to vote on. Wonder who's going to vote for the Fall of Krug to be on the list. Emil with Show and Tell. Yeah, I'm totally wrong here. I thought, like, I thought there wouldn't be that many powerful sorceries. There are an unbelievable number of powerful sorceries. Blue 2 generic, each player may put an artifact, creature, enchantment, land card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. So it would be Emrakul. Now it's like the card is Atraxa, the one that like looks at the top, what, 10 cards of your library, and you can put like as many card types from them into your hand. And she has Flying Vigilance and Lifelink. What the hell? What else Show and Tell can do for you? You don't have to put a creature in play. I mean, you can put enchantments like Sneak Attack onto the battlefield, Omniscience. So Show and Tell does it all. Anyway, this is a pretty strong card. And by pretty strong, I mean it's one of the most broken. It's pretty strong compared to all these other insanely strong cards. Am I missing any super chats? Ponder, got the Fall of Krug. All right. Oh, I saw Stone Rain. So absolutely not. Natural Order, the Green Tinker. I agree with you, Erland. And there's nothing really natural about this whatsoever. And there's an additional cost to cast Natural Order. Sack a green creature. Search your library for a green creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. What's really annoying is the new Atraxa is green, so people just Natural Order for that stupid card now. Used to be exclusively Craterhoof Behemoth. So, like, now the Natural Order decks, if they've got a lot of stuff out, Craterhoof. If they don't have a lot of stuff out, they go get Atraxa and just basically refill their hand. Complete bonkers card. I don't know. I don't know if I should be blaming Natural Order. I should be blaming Atraxa more. All right, so we will put Natural Order on the list. Yeah, the Green Tinker. And how is it legal in Commander? Like that's BS. That is complete BS. Tinker is banned. I mean, I get it. There's like more artifacts out there. What am I doing? It's more artifacts. You're going to start off with Soul Ring. It's hard to put a creature out there and let it survive for your Natural Order. I get it. But at the same time, I don't care. Unleash the ban list. It's like an auto for Commander. Of course. Alberto. Blasphemous Act in Commander is danger. Oh, yeah. You better believe there's going to be a lot of creatures on that battlefield. A red 8 generic, but don't ignore the casting cost because usually it doesn't matter. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. Set them ablaze. Holy places are no longer sanctuary from death, and the death is no longer sanctuary from anything. Says Thalia, Knight Cathar. Yeah, usually you can play this for 1. I guess the deal is you gotta play with a bunch of indestructible creatures or anything that can get out of range of 13 damage. What? I don't even know what that would be, though. Alright, we put Blasphemous Act on here. Blasphemous Act. Thoughtcast. Oh, that's an interesting suggestion. How broken is this? It's 1 blue, draw 2 cards. You don't put anything back. Ooh, We'll wait for this card to arrive. Come on, Scryfall. I'll take a nice sip of my coffee. What's more broken? Looking 3 cards deep, putting 2 cards back on top, or just drawing 2 cards raw? Not searching. Hold on. Let's look up this Thoughtcast, people. Gush got banned twice. That's like, well, that's an instant, though, right? Pretty sure that's an instant. Has anyone said expressive iteration? Not yet. What is going on here? Thoughtcast. Scryfall's having an aneurysm. We did Demonic Tutor already. Alright, Thoughtcast. Blue 4 generic, but affinity for artifacts. So, I mean, if you're an artifact deck, you know how you spew those things out like no tomorrow. You spew it out like yesterday's food after late night partying. I'm making that whole scenario up. That has never happened to me before in my life. And then draw 2, and it just says draw 2 cards. Doesn't look that broken, except they draw 2 cards and they play another Thoughtcast and they play Thought Monitor, and then before you know it, they've drawn like half their deck, and then the whole artifact world is taking over. So it is an interesting question. Like, what is really more? What is more busted? Is it probably Brainstorm is better because you just look deeper and you can just exchange it for bad cards, but Thoughtcast just draws raw cards. You just don't put anything back whatsoever. Thoughtcast goes on the list. What's next? Oh, Treasure Cruise. The Cruise. What's better than drawing 2 cards? 3 cards. All right, blue 7 generic. What were they thinking? Like, how did they... Like, why would they think that this card was even, like, acceptable in the first place? I do know their rationale at the time. They made an article. They said, like, if this breaks any other formats, we'll just ban it. Well, okay. And ban it they did. They, like, banned it 9 ways to Sunday. They banned it in Modern. They banned it in Legacy. It's restricted in Vintage. It's banned in Pauper. Okay. Yes, let's make cards that we just ban when they're a problem. Draw 3 cards. And, of course, like... trying to fill up your grave. It would have been more interesting if they made it like, I don't know, 9. From my experience playing Modern and Pioneer, getting 7 cards in your graveyard is just not hard. Like, yeah, it danger big time. And everyone knew that this was going to be the new Ancestral Recall. But funny enough, a lot of people are really reserved to actually playtest this in the first few tournaments. So the people who were bold enough to register 4 Treasure Cruise in their deck just absolutely obliterated everyone in Legacy and Modern. Absolutely obliterated. So yeah, Treasure Cruise definitely makes this list. Super makes the list. Alright, we got Ecos with Reanimate. Reanimate we shall. Single black. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. I mean, we call it Reanimate. I think we call it Reanimator because of this. Where was the first one? It came from Tempest? I'm assuming that it's named after this card. I don't know for sure. This is an old card, but I don't know if they had Reanimator before Tempest. Maybe, maybe not. I'm assuming things here. For 1 black, I mean, that's assuming you're gonna put something completely broken from the graveyard onto the battlefield. I mean, that's a steal. It's an absolute steal. Yeah, we got Reanimate. Okay, Sir Stanley. Thank you very much for the super chat. Forgot to send Treasure Cruise a super chat. Oh, you're welcome. Finale of Devastation. I don't think it's as good as the other ones. Okay, we're gonna put one. Let's put Past in Flames on here. Oh, like Augie's like, we gotta get Past in Flames. Come on, because the halfway point has already been reached. Okay, red 3 generic sorcery. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. And you can flash it back for a red and 4 generic. So you get to flash it back twice. Draw a bunch of cards, replay cards, and then flash it all back. And you can discard Passion Flames if necessary. And very, 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 very strong. We're definitely going to put Passion combo central card. Past in Flames. Always has been. Passive Flames is basically just an attempt to make a fixed Yawgmoth's Will. And it is sort of fixed. Okay, King Ginger still with the super chats. Finale of... I don't think this deserves the list. Sure, it's a green X. Search your library and or... Oh, you get to look for your graveyard? I didn't know that. That usually never happens. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with convert mana cost X or less, put onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get plus X and gain haste until end of turn. A really good finisher, but I find that, like, it's not as broken. It's not as broken. Okay, we done with the super chats? Because we gotta thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. If you want to get the most busted of busted cards that are sorceries, you know where to look. You go get them at FusionGamingOnline.com because I told you to. That's the whole power of influence here. They're the sponsor of the show. If you support them, you support me. You can even support me even more when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. You can get singles here. Where do you think I get my singles? It's FusionGamingOnline.com. That's how I win my tournaments. I buy my singles from here, and then I beat everyone down in the big events. And we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. I experiment and learn how to refine my decks by renting the cards. I don't want to buy the cards immediately. You know, I'm playing with Hull Breacher right now. I didn't buy it at first. It's 12 ticks online. That's crazy. I don't even know why. It's like $1 card in paper, but it's 12 ticks online. F that. So I had to experiment. I rented Hull Breacher until I was confident I wanted to play it, make it a part of my toolbox, then I bought the card. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_PG2. Alright, now it's Doomsday, if still not mentioned. Maybe we should have Doomsday on this list. It is a sorcery. All right, I want to put Doomsday on the list. It's too damn good to ignore. Black. Search your library and or... Oh, let's change the music. Search your library and or graveyard for 5 cards and exile the rest. Put the chosen cards on top of your library in any order. You lose half your life rounded up. It's a combo card. I have found that this card is not... It's awkward. It's like, hey, okay, I'm threatening to combo you next turn, but not this turn. But it will win the game by next turn. Doomsday. Augie with the super chat. You gotta be kidding me. Tooth and Nail? For nostalgia reasons? Green 5 generic. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards. Reveal them. Put them into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Or put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. But if you pay the kicker of Entwine, you get to do both of them instead. Alright. Tooth and Nail. All right, now it's voting time. So what are we voting on here? So I'll put this off to the side. This is for me to know, for everyone else to find out. All right, so the first poll. Okay, we'll put what is best. So you have to vote for the cards you like, not for the cards you don't like. Tooth and Nail. Next, Doomsday. Finale of Devastation. Got a lot of weird ones here at the end. And Past in Flames. Remember, you're voting on Tooth and Nail. You're voting on Doomsday. The one card. Does anyone play Doomsday? Oh, it's banned in Oathbreaker. Does anyone play Doomsday in Commander? Is that an actual card? Yeah, we have Time Walk. Don't worry, it's on the list. We'll get to it. We got Time Walk. It'd be crazy if we didn't. I don't think we have Wheel of Fortune on here. Okay, no Wheel of Fortune apparently. We might we'll sneak it in at the end. We'll sneak it in at the very end. Probably deserves to be on this list. Okay, we're also voting on Finale of Devastation. The green, it's like Natural Order, except you don't sack any creatures, you just tutor into play. And also Past in Flames, the combo card. The combo card of all combo cards. Doomsday because lowest CMC to win the game? I guess so. How many combo cards are here? Past in Flames a combo card. Finale of Devastation is sort of combo card. Doomsday is definitely a combo card. Tooth and Nail. It's probably not going to survive any longer. We say goodbye to that card. That's for sure. Yeah, Time Walk was the first thing I mentioned. Yeah, we got Expropriate. You guys want to see the list? Here's the list. Hope it satisfies you. Alright, and after 1 minute, Doomsday and Past in Flames survive. Finale of Devastation. And Tooth and Nail, they're gone. They're goners. Get out of here. Okay, next, we've got... it's a battle of Reanimate. I should say, what is Power 9? Okay, next we have Reanimate. I see. Reanimate. Treasure Cruise. These are going to be some heavy hitters over here. Thoughtcast. And Blasphemous Act. Go wild. So Reanimate is the Reanimator card. 1 black. Devastate your opponents by just reanimate. You can reanimate anything. You can reanimate your opponent's cards. It does happen. My Silvergill Adept has been reanimated 1,000,000 times. It's card advantage for like 2 mana. They get a body and a card out of it. Treasure Cruise. 1 blue, draw 3 cards. I'm assuming you have access to your graveyard. If someone has Rest in Peace out there, it's a little awkward. It's not one of the best card draw spells out there. Thoughtcast. The baby brother of Treasure Cruise, which is the baby brother of Ancestral Recall. What is the order? Ancestral Recall, Treasure Cruise, probably Brainstorm, Thoughtcast. I should make like I should list out what the probably the top 10 card draw spells are possible. It just gets more and more busted as time goes on. You Thought Monitor might as well be on this list as well. And then what do we have anything else? Thought Blasphemous Act. Basically 1 red. These all feel like delve spells. Or conditional delve spells. Or conditional spells. This could be 1. It's expensive, but it's not. That is that is a show. Cards that are expensive, but not really. I like that. Maybe this one. Hold on, I gotta write that down. That's a cool one. Empty cards that are expensive, but not really. Coming to a Coffee MTG near you. Alright, what do we got here? Treasure Cruise, Reanimate, Landslide Victory. Not even close. Thoughtcast and Blasphemous Act get obliterated out of here. This is currently what's left. Okay, next up, we've got... Oh, is it Natural Order? Hold on. Natural Order's next, yeah. Natural Order, the Green Tinker. Then we have Show and Tell. Sort of the Tinkerless Blue Tinker. And then the Fall of Krug. Whatever the hell that is. And then Imperial Seal. Go wild, everyone. Show and Tell. Each player may put an artifact, creature, or enchantment, or land into play. Don't forget, if you have nothing else to put into play, you could always put in that land. The Fall of Krug. For 6 mana, you get to choose an opponent, and you destroy their land. That is so broken. And the Fall of Krug deals 3 damage. That's lightning bolt range. That's as powerful as lightning bolt. We know how strong that card is to that player, and 1 damage to each creature they control. That's like 3 modes all in one. It's like Cryptic Command for like red cards. But you get to choose all 3 modes. It's Stone Rain, Lightning Bolt, and what is that? 1 damage pinger for everything. I don't remember. I'm doing my best to hype this card up. And then, of course, there's Imperial Seal. Oh, that card can't be good. You search for your library for anything and put the card on top. That's like a whole new next turn after that. That couldn't be nearly as powerful as the Fall of Krug. It's impossible. Okay, the Fall of Krug is falling down. All right, we got... Oh, Show and Tell and Natural Order beat out Imperial Seal by quite a bit. Beat out Imperial Seal. All right. Now, next up, we start off with Ponder. Show and Tell is more of a gamble. Natural Order is, most of the time, win the game. I don't think Seal should make it, since Demonic Tutor definitely will make it. Well, that doesn't mean second best can't be there, you know? What about Damnation? A little underwhelming compared to all the other cards that we have on this list. Alright, next up, Ponder, oh my god, Time Twister. Contract from Below. Holy crap. And Toxic Deluge. Go wild, my coffee crew. This is a pretty powerful pull here. Ponder, 1 blue, look 3 cards deep. Put them in any order, draw a card. And then we've got Time Twister for 3 mana. Draw 3. Everyone gets to draw 7. Not bad. Yeah, Time Twister is already power 9. That's cheating. It's cheating. Well, who knows? Compared to it's power 9 because it's legal in at least 1 format. It's actually in 2 formats. 3 formats. You can play this in Oathbreaker. What are they out of their minds? Then there's the Flow. Oh, did it end here? Time Twister, Ponder. Oh no, I didn't put Flow of Ideas on because that one's ridiculous. Contract from Below. I mean, probably the most dangerous card in all of Magic the Gathering. It's a 1 black, 1-sided Wheel of Fortune. Anti doesn't Zyber, shred it. It's a real card though. It's a real card. We're gonna keep the Dexterity cards and all that other weird stuff. Never liked Twister and all the wheel effects. They're annoying, aren't they? And then lastly, I don't think I put Gleeful Demolition. Toxic Deluge. Black 2 generic has an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life, and all creatures get -X until end of turn. And when you're playing Commander, you got a lot of life to give. Zik says, having played with legit power 9, Twister is literally insane. Nitro, I watch these videos about 1,000 times, saying hello to my future self. Alright, say hi to yourself, Nitro. Stevie Lee, hello to all, late to chat. Has a Gitaxian Probe been mentioned? It has, and we will vote on it eventually. Alright, we got, it's a little bit closer than I thought it would be. Or actually, maybe not. Alright, Time Twister and Contract from Below, Survive. Ponder, very good card, but that was a very tough lineup. Couldn't survive. All right, next we got Unburial Rights. Unburial Rights. Gonna get buried today. Tinker. Channel and Gitaxian Probe. This is a tough one. Oh man, only 1 can survive. Sorry, only 2 can survive. We should bring back Ante. Would bring some jeopardy to Commander. I mean, you can always just legalize the Ante cards. Imagine if Wizard of the Coast brought back the Ante. Oh god, it would be so dangerous. They're already trying really hard to, like, you know, stay away from gambling as much as possible. Even though, you know, these are randomized packs of cards. It's like, what is this? And, like, don't get me wrong. Like, hey, when I was, I don't know, 10 years old, I was pretty addicted to opening Pokemon cards. I had to open that pack of cards. You could get anything. You could get a Charizard, for crying out loud. Okay, Tinker's on the list. Or also, don't forget about Channel. Green, add as much mana as your heart desires. You know what you can, you know how you make channel fair? You limit how much life you can have in the game. Just bring it down to 10. Then channel is fair. I think. And then we have, and then Gitaxian Probe. Pay 2 life, basically draw a card, look at your opponent's hand. And then you know everything that's going on. Tinker is busted in my dad's memory jar deck. Oh god. Yeah, Daddy's showing who's daddy with the Tinker deck. That's broken. I'm daddy. I could play Tinker and memory jar because I said so. In this household, we play blue tutoring artifact decks. That's how it is. Your household, you make your own band list. Yeah, poor Gitaxian Probe. The competition is too fierce, too broken. And a channel and Tinker will take it down easily. Not even close. Unbearable rights. And Gitaxian Probe completely buried in that lineup. Alright, next up, we got, Thoughtseize. We're gonna start off with Thoughtseize. Does anyone have any households with their own, like, you play with your family, but you have your own ban lists? I imagine that could be a thing. Thoughtseize, Temporal Mastery. Yawgmoth's Will. And Mind's Desire. Okay, Thoughtseize, remember, 1 black. It's Gitaxian Probe, but you actually get to take something. It costs a black, but you get to take something's hand from them at the same time. Kind of sad that that mills half a library isn't on the list. I don't think it would make it. Honestly, I don't really think it would make it. Temporal Mastery. 7 mana, but if it's your miracle card, you basically get to turn it into a Time Walk. Yawgmoth's Will. Black 2 generic. Until end of turn, play cards from your graveyard. If a card will be put into that graveyard anywhere this turn, you exile it instead, so you can't repeat the process over and over again. And then Mind's Desire. It's a blue 4 generic. Shuffle your library, exile the top card of your library, and until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. But it's got Storm. So if your Storm is like 10, this is like... you draw like 1,000,000 cards, effectively. Sky Neo says, we don't have a ban list, but we do allow 4 Black Lotuses in a deck and silver border cards. What the hell format is this? How is this even balanced? Or do you guys just enjoy having turn 1, turn 0 wins all the time? What a wild format. Thoughtseize has rarely given me trouble because people keep choosing the wrong card from my hand. Well, Thoughtseize, that's a skill issue. I'll admit, that is a skill issue. Any other comments? Thoughtseize is only good for a niche strat like Tiny Bones or Turgid. What are you talking about? Thoughtseize is literally played in like almost every single deck that plays black. Also one of the key cards to facilitate a Death Shadow deck. Alright, and you guys agree. Thoughtseize and Yawgmoth's Will above and beyond beat the rest. So we get rid of Temporal Mastery and we also get rid of Mind's Desire. Next up, we start off with Demonic Tutor. What's next? Demonic Tutor, Yawgmoth's Will. Sorry, no, Balance. Expropriate. You okay there? And Time Walk! No, hold on, is it Time Walk? Yeah, we're in Time Walk range. Why no Invoke Despair? What the hell is that? Thoughtseize is great with blue-black our deck. I have no idea what that is. I don't even play Expropriate in mono-blue Commander. We don't have to. Alright, so Demonic Tutor. We got Balance. Okay, Demonic Tutor, search your deck for any card. If you hate tutors, well, you're gonna hate this one. For the low cost of 2 mana. Just put the card in your hand. Basically does a switcheroo. Balance will sort of balance the board, but not really. I mean, you play this in a Planeswalker deck and watch everyone tremble in fear. Make sure you have your own Planeswalkers, people. And then expropriate. Take their stuff. What is it? It's basically like a blatant thievery. Blatant thievery or take extra turns. Why would they give you an extra turn? That sounds insane. And then actual time walk. Blue 1 generic. Invoke Despair is one of the best modern sorceries. You need to be within vintage power level here, people. You need to be vintage power level. This is the power 9 we're looking at. There's power to be had here. I have to pick balance in this. Balance is struggling! You know, this is an annoying card. This probably deserves to be on here. Demonic Tutor is whatever the best card in your deck is for 2 extra mana. That's a good way of putting it. Balance is not powerful per se, but it's great against those green decks. 2 mana wipe the board? Not good. Not good? It's very, very good. Invoke Despair just got banned from Standard today. Oh, wow. Oh, there was a banning announcement today. Oh. Now I know where, like, everyone is. Sort of a poor showing today. Everyone's looking at all the ban announcement streams. What else did they ban in Standard? Anyway, just the fact that it got banned in Standard doesn't make it Power 9. There have been a lot of garbage cards banned in Standard. Just vibing with the Earthbound OST while I work. That's half the value here. Alright, Time Walk and Demonic Tutor make it balance. And, what's it called? Balance and Expropriate don't make it. Alright, we still have quite a few cards. So on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we got a... Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to see how it... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's put Wheel of Fortune in one of these. We never talked about Wheel of Fortune. Which is also one of the most powerful sorceries. That's banned in a lot of formats. I don't know, the good ones anyway. Or the more competitive ones anyhow. Each player discards his or her hand and draws 7 cards. We definitely have to put this on here. Alright, so this is gonna compete. Oops, this is not I do not want to start a Q&A. I'd like to start a poll, please. Trying to figure out how to narrow these down within a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to pick the best 2 over and over again. Wheel of Fortune, Time Walk. These are really broken cards now. Demonic Tutor. And a Yawgmoth's Will. Go for it. So we're going for Wheel of Fortune, Time Walk, Demonic Tutor. It's getting tough here. It's crunch time now. And Yawgmoth's Will. Wheel is annoying, but not the worst. Wheel still ain't Twister. What makes Time Twister better than Wheel of Fortune? I would think, like, Wheel of Fortune arguably is better, because it fuels your graveyard. Time Twister doesn't. Although Time Twister, I guess, regenerates your graveyard, so if you're, like, running out of cards in your deck, you just, like, Time Twister and you get your cards back. So maybe that's a thing? I don't know. Nothing like a good walk. Of course. Isn't Time Walk also in Simic like Growth Spiral? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Growth Spiral, hell of a card. But that's an instant. Time Twister is good grave hate. Oh, interesting angle. Well, we don't have Time Twister up here. Yeah, that's great. That's a great point. Time Twister is good graveyard hate. Fortune is good graveyard filler. The weirdest graveyard hate. I'm gonna side in my Time Twister to hate on your graveyard deck. and it's a sorcery. So it's not like you're gonna get him at instant speed. Alright, oh, Demonic Tutor gets beat. Wheel of Fortune just kicked out of there. Wheel of Fortune loses out, and also Demonic Tutor loses out. Yawgmoth's Will remains. Alright, next up, we've got... let me put in the thing. Next, it's Thoughtseize versus Channel versus Tinker versus Contract from Below. Contract. Really lethal choices here. This card sees play in like everything in almost every single format. Maybe not so much in Commander. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one here. And then there's Channel banned almost everywhere. Is there a place you can play one in Vintage? Does anyone even play this thing in Vintage? Seems like a lot of other stuff you could be doing. What are the odds you get your one Channel in hand? Then you have Tinker, of course. Just exchange your, I don't know, Soul Ring for the most busted artifact you could possibly have in your deck. Look, it's hard to find good Tinker targets. Like, Bolas's Citadel being, like, the best one is, like, a little bit weird. How about the ultimatums? Good luck casting them. Like, you gotta compare it to Tinker here. It's like, you know, Tinker can be played on turn 2. And your ultimatum will be played on, what, turn 9? You'd be dead by then. It'd just be GG. And then what else we have? Contract from Below. What? Wheel of Fortune didn't make your list, huh? Huh, guys? You didn't want to let Wheel of Fortune make the list? Well, how about this one? This is the one-sided Wheel of Fortune for a single black mana. A single black. I'm surprised how close everything is. So this is literally discard your hand, draw 8 cards, but one of them gets exiled to the ante. Who doesn't want to draw 7 cards for 1 mana? I'm surprised this is even debatable. This should be above and beyond. This should be way above Tinker. Has anyone even played with Contract from Below? I have to admit that I have not. And maybe that, but I know just based on this text over here, this is stupidly powerful. Only thing better than unlimited mana is free cast. Sure. Alright, we're gonna have to end it here. We've got... Okay, I think you guys made the right choice. Tinker and Contract from Below win. Channel and Thoughtseize. Just not in the same league. Just not in the same league. Okay, oh god. This next one. Okay, this next one I'm gonna put 3. Because they're all really powerful cards. They're super powerful. Time Twister. Show and Tell. Natural Order. Palpatine would be proud of all of you. Okay, you're picking the best 2. So Time Twister. Apparently the most perhaps the weirdest graveyard hate in the game. You shuffle your opponent, you shuffle their graveyard into your library. That's how it is. If actually playing for ante, I wouldn't add Contract, too much volatility. How is it volatile? You would literally draw 7 cards. Isn't technically illegal due to ante? Well, no. Not on this list. Important thing about Twister is it doesn't exile itself. Yeah, that is weird. So you can Time Twister into more Time Twisters for eternity. Okay, the next one is Show and Tell. Take the best card in your hand, plop it onto the battlefield. This card can backfire, though. You know what? Like, I don't know how many times someone has, like, Show and Tell'd, and then someone just puts something better in play, or events, or, like, you never know what's gonna happen with Show and Tell. You thought you brought the best toy to the class, but someone else brought a better toy. And then there's Natural Order, the Green Tinker. No argument there. You tutor for the best green, but only green creatures. Only green creatures. Show and tell can put anything in play. It doesn't say you can put a blue permanence or lands or enchantments in play. You just put whatever the hell you want. This is limited to green stuff. Thank God. There's so many times where I'm afraid my opponent's gonna look for Plague Engineer, but then they play Natural Order and I'm like, oh, yes. But the problem is Atraxa is still green. The new Atraxa. Yeah, imagine playing with 4 contracts and losing. Oh, God. And you lost all those antes. Oliver says, I think it got too braggy in chat saying my card I recommended was the best card, so now they're hating on contract from below. Oh, no. They can't hate. I'm totally on your side. All right, Natural Order gets the boot. Natural Order, Show and Tell, and Time Twister remain. Okay, this is potentially the last poll. We got Treasure Cruise. This is gonna be a tough one. We got Reanimate. We got Past in Flames. And we got Doomsday. There's no cruise like a treasure cruise. We're gonna go on a cruise. What else do we have here? Reanimate. Probably one of the quintessential graveyard, like, combo cards. Uh-oh. We're gonna running out of music here. Don't hate, but it's funny if you lose. Yeah, well, yeah, if you lose playing a billing contract from belows, you deserve to lose. To be fair, Natural Order is from deck, Show and Tell from hand, which means Natural Order has more choices. Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's hard. It's a little bit harder to pull off. You have to have a green creature in play. Well, honestly, that's not too hard. What else do we have here? Past in Flames, Yawgmoth's Will at Home, and then Doomsday. Matt Willie is like, bye-bye, Doomsday! Yet Doomsday is... Yeah, actually, Doomsday is behind. Treasure Cruise and Reanimate ahead. Is this really Power 9? I mean, I guess. I mean, it's just another combo card. Except it combos... It, like, brings back things like Grizzlebrand and stuff. I just never saw that. I mean, it's a very, very, very good card. But it can't, like, win the game by itself. It's like half of a combo card. I guess you could say the same thing about Show and Tell, though. In Natural Order. Skyneo, my playgroup actually fixed the anti-cards by just replacing it with Exile. Nobody got time for gambling. Oh, I see. So instead of anti-ing a card, you just exile a card. If you play Contract from below... Oh my god, what kind of... Yeah. We played Magic with anti-cards, but replaced anti with Exile. So, like, is that how they do it in 93, 94? Are you allowed to play with, like, anti-cards? Or they ban the anti-cards? You need sustain if you pull something with high mana value. You do. Entomb turn 1, Reanimate turn 2, win. And it still works. Even to this day. Alright, whoa, Reanimate and Treasure Cruise... They are the winners here. All right, so Doomsday, Past in Flames, go up in flames. Oh crap! This is a power 8. Oh, what are we voting back on here then? What are we voting back on? What was taken off unfairly? Okay, hold on. What are the candidates of cards that we like scrapped that we could put back on? So we'll give, like, Natural Order a chance. Okay, one more. So, Natural Order. So this is, like, the winners of the losers. Gitaxia, Channel is probably a good one. Wheel of Fortune, I think, is fine. Actually, you guys didn't really like Wheel of Fortune. That was, like, not even close. Well, actually, you're all voting for Wheel of Fortune now, so alright, we're gonna put a Wheel of Fortune on. Do we put Gitaxian Probe? Is it worth it? I mean, I don't care. Fork? No, I don't think so. Alright, we'll put Gitaxian Probe. All right, get taxi. This is it. This is card number 9. And this is for the last one. We got Natural Order. Channel. Where's Channel? Wheel of Fortune. Oops, I put Wheel of Fortunate. And then Gitaxian Probe. It's a tough one. This is the best channel, yeah. Thank you very much. Wheel of Fortune, a channel out up front. Wheel of Fortune trying to make a comeback here. No love again for Natural Order. The Natural Order stands out there are like, oh my god, what's wrong with people? This is like such a busted card. We need at least one green card on the list. Do we have no green cards? Let's see. Blue, black, blue, black, blue, 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 black. Oh my god! There are no white, red, or green cards on this list. What a terrible list. This list sucks. It's all blue and black. A lot of blue players out there. Yeah, just 2 colors. Demir the Demir Rise Up. Oh, that's hilarious. Think the top 2 and shred contract from below. No, I'm not doing that. All right, we got a little bit of green here. Congratulations to Channel. You made it. Channel is the one that makes the top, our top 9 or power 9. Congratulations to Channel. So your power 9 that some of you have raced to the end of the video because you didn't want to watch the rest of it. Time Walk, Yawgmoth's Will, Tinker. We got Contract from Below, Time Twister, Show and Tell, Treasure Cruise, Reanimate, and Channel. How does Channel beat Natural Order? LOL. I don't know, it just does. Hey, come on, it can put an Eldrazi in play by turn 1. Let's see Natural Order do that turn 1. It will not. It absolutely won't. I didn't think it would end up like this. Like, where's balance? I'm surprised you guys are so low on Wheel of Fortune. How the hell is Time Twister on here, but Wheel of Fortune isn't? We have 2 shots at Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't make it. Whatever. That's how it is. You guys voted. Yeah, democracy is stupid. That's how it works. That's how it works. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. As usual, we do this Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this morning, but also supporting the channel with your super chats and your suggestions, and everyone who's a member on YouTube and a patron on Patreon. But most importantly, we've got to thank the coffee crew for showing up this morning with your votes. Like Ma Willie, we got Toads, we got Emil, Andre, Erland, Henrik, Coulter, Molly, Jess, Mike. We got Zickover, Spooky, Jess, Mr. Deadhead. Thank you very much for being here in the morning, because without you guys, I'd have no show. So as usual, my coffee crew, you keep bringing up them coffees, including these protein shakes, coffees, mocha things, and we'll keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next